Good evening and welcome to the special meeting of the Town Council, April 7th. If you'd kindly rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, we'll start with announcements since it's here. Paul?
Yeah, go ahead. The only announcement I have, Chairman, is that tomorrow, April 8th, is voting day in Merrimack. Polls will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Very good. And nobody's here to remind us, so make sure when you speak, the mics are turned on. Comments from the present public? Seeing nobody approaching the mics. And we'll move on to our item of new business, the approval of the ImageCast precinct ballot counting machines.
Right.
And did you want to speak first?
Town Clerk Tax Collector Brenda DeLong is here to explain where we are with these new ballot machines and when they're going to be put into place.
Hi, Brenda.
Good evening. So, back in June of 2024, the Secretary of State's office offered all the towns a credit, so to speak, of $3,500 per machine of what we already have. So we already had 9 voting machines. They were AccuVote voting machines. And they were offering us $3,500 per machine toward the purchase of new machines. LHS Associates, who were servicing the AccuVotes throughout the state, had said that the AccuVotes were basically obsolete. They would not be able to service them anymore. Even their contract, which we normally would sign for a year, they were only saying that they would be able to contract 6 months at a time. So at the time, we did sign up for 6 months of service, which was back in the summer. We are coming to the end of that 6 months. The state had offered $3,500 towards the purchase of new machines. New machines cost was $7,000 per machine, whether it was ImageCast or VotingWorks. The moderator, Brian McCarthy, and I started looking at machines. We'd go to different towns that were putting on testing and getting us to see them. And we determined that the machine for us was this ImageCast voting machine that is serviced and by LHS. LHS Associates has been good to us for so many years. So keeping the loyalty there was nice. We also preferred these machines over VotingWorks. That being said, we gave them a purchase order back in August of 2024 to purchase these. They became certified by the Secretary of State's office in the state of New Hampshire in the beginning of March, I believe it was. So we were able to get them to be able to use for our first town election, April 8th. We took delivery on these machines on March 19th, I believe, and set them up. We tested them last week with testing ballots so that we could see how they worked, how to use them, and make sure that the calculations were correct. By doing this, we were informed that we needed to have town council certify that it was okay to use them. We've tested them, and we would like your permission to use them tomorrow at the town election.
So there is an RSA there's an RSA actually that pertains to voting machines. It's RSA 656:40. And every time you get a new voting machine in town, you need to authorize the use of that voting machine for electronic ballot counting devices for Merrimack. So the motion would be pursuant to RSA 656:40, we hereby authorize the use of Dominion ImageCast Precinct 2 electronic ballot counting devices, that's a mouthful, for all the elections in Merrimack conducted on or after April 7th, 2025.
So moved.
Second?
Motion by Nancy Anderson, second by Jennifer. You also, did you hear the motion?
Yep.
Yep. So if there's no further discussion,
Instead of restating it, he did, and I just said, go for it.
I didn't know if you had a second.
she
Oh,
did, Jennifer,
Jennifer.
sorry about that.
She was playing.
Yep. And before I call the question, I will announce that Nancy Murphy, Mackenzie Murphy, and Andy Hunter have been excused from this evening's meeting. A little bit late, but I got it on the record. So if there's no further discussion on the motion, call the question. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed or abstained? 4-0-0.
So the four that are
Yep.
here, we need you to sign.
Thank you.
And so these machines will be in place for tomorrow. The reason why we had to hold the special meeting tonight is because if you did not authorize the use of these machines, all the ballots for tomorrow would have had to been hand counted.
That alone is
So it was blackmail is what it was.
So I didn't want to say that before you took the vote, so, but, yeah, so now we will not have to hand count all the hundreds of thousands of votes tomorrow.
You've received the schedule for who's going to be where
I
for
have.
the council. Well, you guys always do a great job. So
Thank you.
take this opportunity to say that, compliment all of you.
Yes, and it's also a good thing, I think, to have, be able to use it for our town election before a bigger one. So if there's nothing further. We have comments from the press and public, and seeing none. Comments from the council? Seeing none,
Already said no.
except mine.
Oh, I didn't have the light on. Can I restate it? See, there was nobody there saying you. I just want to take the opportunity to
Oh.
compliment your officers here, Brian, the whole crew for always well-run, organized election, and I'm sure it's going to be the same tomorrow.
Thank you.
Great, thank you, Nancy. So, somebody like to move to?
Motion to adjourn?
Motion by Jennifer, second by Peter. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Opposed or abstained? 4-0-0. Thank you much.